they did mention, and I want y'all to also think about this, like when he left Howard, your question is, why did he leave? And I will leave it at that. So Marlo, do you think that men in entertainment are more afraid of the accusation than the act itself?
I don't think they think about it. I think the majority of men do not think about it, and I think that the men who do think about it, you see it in the photographs that they take. See how we show that picture of Jason Derulo and the girl, and they were all chest to back, and they were all in close proximity. The men that are not taking photos like that are the men who I think are thinking about it. Mm-hmm. And the men who are not thinking about it, which are the vast majority, are the men you catch with their hands on random women's hips. They're the men who the women are standing body heat close to them in these photographs. They're the ones that are getting kissed and they giving kisses in pictures. And I think that all of that, I don't know how we've gotten so deep in the Me Too movement and we haven't let this behavior go, right? This, to me, is the worst behavior. Casually acting like you are so cool with people that you've known a hot 17 and a half minutes, right? Because all we know is that one frame. We don't know what happened before the picture was taken, what happened after the picture was taken. We just know we saw the pictures, right? Like now, all the Epstein stuff. We see Donald Trump in a million pictures with Jeffrey Epstein. We see the pictures. We don't know what's happened before or after. All we can do is assume. And I think that is a thing that men have to stop. I've interviewed a lot of professional athletes, and I will say some of them do a very good job of just being professional. But I learned early in my career that the way that I dressed when I went to those interviews dictated how that interview would go. If you go in there and you looking like a sex pot, you not gonna come away with the greatest interview if you're dealing with a man who doesn't have that stuff in control. But if you go in there and you look like you know what you're talking about and you are dressed like you come into work, you're gonna get a totally different outcome. And I think that all of that stuff matters.
I think that I'm like, they might still pull up on you and try to.
They might still now listen. They gonna still try to get a little, especially if they gotta see you 3 times in one day. They still gonna try to do a little holler, but at least you are giving them information in the beginning that say, "I'm here to ask you some questions, sir. Have a seat in this chair and let the lighting make you look handsome."
Gotta take control, but it doesn't matter because sometimes, y'all, let's face it, even like I can go out and my hair all over my head, wind blowing, and I'm looking like buckwheat on a bad day, and no makeup on. I'm gonna always have somebody go, "Hey, pretty lady," and I'm like, what you talking to me? It's just the way that it is. Yeah. But we got another video, so we're gonna check this out and get back into this conversation.
We are. Yes, we are.
Okay, lawsuit not too long ago by an artist that was like hired to your label that was dismissed.
Twice.
What did you learn going through that?
Never work with women.
Oh, come
on. There's truth in every joke. But it's a sad truth. Like, I will never be alone in a room with a woman that I work with, like ever again.
What?
It's too risky. That case was dismissed twice in 2 different states. And there's hardly no mention of it online. When that case was brought up, it was on every single blog, every single front page. And I lost so many brand deals, relationships off of a story that was not even slightly believable. She said I sacrificed a goat in a sexual ritual. All people read was the headline, right? And that's all it takes to lose everything. That's a crazy concept.
It's not that crazy. It's not that crazy. And I'm not really a big fan of Jason Derulo as far as how he goes about doing business as far as the content side. There's been a lot of conversations about him taking people's content and remix. You know, it's a whole thing with that.